Blessings and love, everybody. It's a man, Kadane Powell, just adding value to persons, no matter your characteristics, no matter your background, no matter anything at all. Alright, so yeah, I know you're probably wondering why you're not seeing my handsome face. I know probably most of you wanna see my face, because I have a nice smile, I have a nice face. Just handsome overall, but enough about me. Alright, so today I'll be doing a book review on the book called How to Win Friends and Influence Persons. How to Win Friends and Influence People, rather. And this book is a very phenomenal book. This book is a life changer, literally changed my life. And I believe that most persons in the world should be reading this book if they want to take their life to the next level. So this book talks about how to win friends and influence people. So the title speaks for itself. Alright, so when you just start reading this book, the author start off by telling you 8 fundamental tips how to get the most out of the book. Alright, so we have number 1, have a great desire for learning. Number 2, read every chapter twice before going to the next one. Number 3, interrupt or reading frequently to ask ourselves about the personal possibilities applying every principle. Right, so that means you basically see how logical it is for you to actually complete each task. Alright, and right here it says underline the most important ideas. Number 5, reread the book every month. Number 6, and for rereading the book every month, I don't read the book every month because it's a very lengthy book and I'm busy most days, right? So I get to finish this book like month and a half time. But if you can definitely read the book on a monthly basis, I highly suggest it. Alright, so the next tip, practice the principles whenever the opportunity presents itself. The next tip, transform the book into a fun game. Alright, so don't read the book just because of reading sake. Read it because you have fun, if you get what I'm saying. And number 8, last but not least, monitor the progress that we make each week. Alright, so right here I have part 1 of chapter 1. 3 fundamental techniques for handling people. If you want to gather honey, don't kick over the beehive. So this chapter speaks about Francis Two Guns Crowley, right? Francis Two Gun Crowley. Even though that sounds weird for a name, trust me, this man is a gangster and an assassin who was known for killing a police officer in cold blood after he asked him for his driver's license. So the man actually killed the police just because him asking for the driver's license. Also, it further goes on to say this man was arrested at his girlfriend's apartments after a siege in which 100 police officers were mobilized. Wow, so you're seeing right here, said this man a serious man. You don't want to play this man, right? And guess what? He was taken alive, but believing he was good as dead, right? And he also taken his time to write a letter. What was the letter about? Did you think the letter was about some repentance or apology? No, sir. The letter actually said, under my jacket beats a weary heart, but a good one that would hurt no one. And the same man we kill off the police, them I said that, he was condemned to the electric chair. So yeah, them basically kill him. And guess what? When he arrived at the execution chamber, guess what he was saying? He was saying, is this my punishment for wanting to defend myself? Right? So the question is, if criminals as notorious as Two Gun tries to justify himself after he did so many wrongs, what about the persons that we associate ourselves with every single day? Right? So this book goes on to say this is a universal law that is sometimes difficult to accept. 99 times out of 100, a man considers himself innocent no matter how serious the crime is. Right? The book will go in depth with all of that, so you definitely need to check it out. And if I'm making sense right now, just give me a thumbs up, share with 5 friends, share with 5 families, and just do the right. Alright, so Right here, the book also speaks about criticism. It tells you that criticism is useless because it puts the individual in a defensive state, and it is dangerous, and it damages their self-esteem as well, and it causes bitterness. This book also made a very solid point. It says when you study the lives of considered great leaders, if you check it out, they were always cautious with criticism. They were always cautious with criticism because they know that in order to be a good leader, you cannot be good at criticizing. So right here I have principle 1, chapter 2, don't criticize, don't condemn, and don't complain. The big secret of dealing with people. Alright, so right here it says the best way in the world to get someone to do something is to excite them. Let me repeat that. The best way in the world to get someone to do something is to excite them. And we all know that it is always possible to use force. Well, actually the book highlights this as well. It is always possible to use force, but this method have a way of more disadvantages than advantages. It is only by giving you what you want that will manage to you to do something. All right, so basically it is saying the only way you're gonna actually do something you want is if someone gets you excited. So Dale Carnegie, he's the author of the book, lists the different needs that we can't live without. Right, so he talks about health and preservation of life, food, sleep, money, future survival, sexual satisfaction, or children's happiness, and a sense of being important. This book also this book is a very exciting book. Hey guys, and if you love me for actually doing a review for this book, and if you like this new thing that I'm doing, please let me know in the comments. All right, yes, so the book further goes on to say very often most of these needs are met, but there is one that is rarely satisfied. Guess what? Guess which one this is? The desire to be recognized. Right, so the book talks about the deepest principle of human nature, which is the thirst of appreciation, recognition, and to be considered important, the desire to distinguish man from animals in which does not exist. Yeah, the book also goes on to say, some persons, they fulfill the desire to be recognized by crime, building commercial empires, or even helping others, etc. So the best way to give a person the importance they seek so much is by complimenting them. Right, so it is a matter of finding the good qualities in others and sincerely complimenting them. Right, we need to make people more aware of the admiration we have of them, right? And this must be sincere. Alright, you have to say it from your heart. The book will talk about that. The book will go in depth with that. Alright, so you need to check the book out. And once again, if I'm making sense, just give me a thumbs up, share with your friends and families, and be sure to hit the bell notification. Alright, so right here we have Principle 2, Chapter 3, compliment sincerely and honestly. He who can do this has the world with him. He who cannot walks a lonely way. So in this chapter, the book talks about giving people what they want instead of thinking about yourself. Alright, show them what they can get, show them what's in it for them. And also in this chapter, the book emphasizes on empathy. Right, empathy. If you don't know what empathy is, Google it. Right, so putting yourself in someone else's shoes. Right, so I actually tell you it's enough, but I go on Google. Right here, the book also talks. Wow, this book is a very exciting book. Hey, you guys should love me for doing this, right? All right. So this is Principle 3, number 3, Part 2. Motivate often to do what you propose. Right, so that's basically what I do. And also the book talks about something that most persons gonna disagree at first until they hear the point behind it, right? So the book talks about that humans would be better off acting like dogs. Humans would be better off acting like dogs, but here the rational thing behind it. It says, in the sense that no matter the relationship you have with your dog, it always makes you feel appreciated, loved, and welcome. If that's true, type in the comment, true, true, true. I have to read this book. So this book also points out that humans are naturally all for themselves. All right, look at it. The book also uses this scenario when you look at a photo, a group photo. Who is the first person you look at? You look at yourself, and even if everybody's looking so nice, and just because you're not looking good, you want to say, hey, take off the picture. The book actually point that out, and the book also further goes on to say, if you want people to be interested in you, you must first be interested in people. If you want people to like you, remember the things most important to them, right? So the things most important to person, some examples: their name, birthday, anniversary, what makes them happy, what makes them sad, etc., etc. The book will go in depth with these things, guys. I implore you, me a beg you, read the book. So right here I'm at principle 4, chapter 5. Be genuinely interested in others, a simple way to make a good first impression, right? And this book is a very lengthy one. Even the book review is lengthy, so I'm not gonna do the entire thing on one go. All right, so if you want the full book, if you want me to go over everything, basically I'm gonna read the book for you guys. Leave it in the comment. All right, leave it in the comment. If you don't leave it in the comment, I don't know if anybody likes what I'm actually doing. All right, yeah, so action speaks louder than words, and I believe that's in some cases. I did a video on that. Yes, so be sure to check it out. I'll leave it in the description, or I'll put a tag at the top. So this book talks about the power of a smile. You see, when you smile, a smile says, I like you, I'm happy to see you, your presence makes me happy, etc., etc. The book also further goes on to say that the smile must be sincere, wide, and spontaneous. Smile that seduces and comfort. No false smile. You see, if you do a false smile, it's gonna automatically irritate others. And guess what? This book actually tells you how to smile, right? The book tells you how to smile. I tell you, it's a very powerful book. I think everyone watching this video right now should definitely check it out. Alright, so right here we have principle number 6. Remember, principle number 6, chapter 7. Remember a person's name so that they are important. An easy way to become a good conversationalist. Yes, that's a big word. To win someone over, put them in a good mood, and get them in your corner, you must give them your undivided attention when they express themselves, right? The book's gonna go in depth with that, so be sure to check it out. You hear how much time I'm telling you guys to check it out is because I love you, and I'm telling you this book will change your life, right? The book also goes on to say, to do this you must know how to listen sincerely and show it. This also works with unhappy people. If you succeed in showing them that they are important, I should say, in your eyes, then oftentimes their compliment will go away by itself. But on the other hand, if you want to know what to do to get people to run from you, to mock behind your back, or dispute you, if you want to know, just don't listen to people. When people talk, do not listen. Right? Believe it or not, things like that people don't like you at all. People don't even want to go anywhere with you just because you don't listen when them talk, right? So just start listening to when people talk, and this book will actually tell you how to listen. Alright, so right here I have principle 7, chapter 8. Learn to listen, encourage others to talk about themselves. How to get people to like you instantly. Alright, so the book further goes on to say, to find the way to a man's heart, you must bring him what he prizes the most. If you want to discover what interests someone, you must find out what they're passionate about, and all you have to do is just stop and listen while they explain every single thing to you. That's all. You just need to listen. So this book now, it will really teach you the importance of listening and how you can take your life to the next level. Alright, so right here we have principle number 8, chapter 9. Talk to people about what they are interested in. How to make people like you instantly. You see, this book further goes on to say, yo, I just can't stop saying how phenomenal this book is, and I implore everybody to read this book, right? This book says there is a law, right? There is a law that we must respect in our relationship with others. If we observe it, we will win friends and happiness. If we violate it, we will give rise to numerous difficulties in our life, right? And the answer is make others feel important, right? You respect those around you, you wish them to do justice to your merits, and you like very much feeling important in your own circle. You hate excessive flattery but adore sincere praise, right? You want to be respected, encouraged, complimented. We all aspire to do that, right? But in order to receive that, you have to make others feel important. This book will go in depth with all of those, right? So be sure to check it out. And if I'm making sense right now, if you guys love the fact that I'm doing a book review right now and you want more of this, just please like, share, and subscribe, and be sure to hit the bell notification. Alright guys, so this is the end of the book review. Not really the end of the book review, but end of this segment. Alright, so if I made sense, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification. And if you want to see the next part for this, because as I said earlier, this book is a very lengthy book. Alright, and I didn't want to make this video too long, so I'm gonna cut it in sections, right? So I really hope this made sense to you, and most of all, I hope you apply all of this stuff to your life. Alright, so this is your man Kadane Powell, just adding value to persons, no matter your characteristics, no matter your background, no matter anything at all. Alright, blessings and love everybody. Big up.